Hi there guys, Sam here. You join me outside my sister's new Seat Ateca. So I'm going to go through this car, tell you all a little bit about it, answer some of your comments which I asked you in sort of like the community section, go through it, compare it a little bit to some of the rivals of this car, and just tell you how we're kind of getting on with it. Only had it a couple of days now, but yeah, really excited to kind of share this and really happy for my sister. So if you're interested to know a little bit more about the Seat Ateca, it's a 2018 model, yeah, stay tuned and let's go through this this car. This car's in like a really nice sort of, I think it's a metallic black. It definitely has a bit of a sparkle to it, and it's such a gorgeous day here. I mean, check that out, amazing. This is sort of like a car that compares to like the VW Tiguan and the Skoda Karoq. They're kind of like the exact same platform. This car has 17-inch alloy wheels. This is the 1 litre 3-cylinder engine, which I really like actually. And actually the whole design, obviously this is all subjective, I really just like kind of like the angles of the car. I think it's really cool. It's sort of like that good sized SUV. It's not too oversized, but it's not too small as well. And I've got a few driving impressions as well to kind of share with you as well, going through it. You get the roof rack bar, so it's nice and easy to, as if you need more space. And yeah, the whole car looks really classy. My sister loves it, and I'm a big fan, being a huge fan and advocate of the VW Audi group. This is essentially the same one, and actually the Seat sits at a really good price compared to the others, and that was one of the reasons why we had it actually. But it adds for me a little bit of that Spanish flair, certainly with the driving as well and with the looks. But yeah, that's a little bit just around the outside of it. I can't believe how gorgeous it is today. This car is cavernous, like genuinely. Like my sister has a 1.5-year-old and you can definitely get sort of like buggies, push chair, you've got that 60/40 folding split, ski hatch, there's just a little bit of something in here as well. This car has full-size spare wheel. How handy is that? You don't get that many times. You can get these cars with like electric tailgate, but to be honest, use your arms, no problem. This car is a really interesting spec because even though it has the 1 litre engine, it's got like tinted windows, the 17-inch alloy wheels, and it's got leather seats, which if you have children, you'll know it's a lot easier to kind of wipe these down than it is to get stains in the cloth. So that's a really good thing. Pull that down, yeah, cup holders as well. Really nice. I've got to say, there is loads of space in it. I'm about 5'11", and that's my driving position. It's a big car. Big enough for pretty much most families, to be honest. You're 2+2. Electric windows all round. Really nice. Let's go inside and I'll show you a little bit of the infotainment. I'm a big fan. This is very much similar to my VW Golf, my Golf R that I have. You get sort of like the auto handbrake with like auto hold, 6-speed manual, really nice. Very common to get these cars with DSG, but actually I just think this is better. This is only a front wheel drive car, it's not the 4-wheel drive. It's only the 1 litre 3-cylinder petrol. You can get it in diesels, you can get it with the DSG, but I don't know, I like it. Wireless charging, I mean, that's pretty good. Heated seats, it's great. Let's just turn on the ignition and I'll show you just some of the little bits. You get like cool little, you see the little lights that light up for how much fuel it's got. That's cool. There's your kind of booting up. Yeah, as you can see, in a short amount of time, I've only been driving it. This is like literally 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. It's actually really cold and we're getting 36 miles per gallon in only a short amount of drive, which I think is good. 435 miles to empty. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, everything. I mean, look at that Eco Trader. There's a picture of your little Ateca, which is super cool. Oh wow, look at that. Off-road information. This is all stuff I didn't even know. I do love how you can kind of change this up and down. See like engine oil temperature. I mean, I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to cars, so this sort of stuff really does interest me. Yeah, I'm learning as you are. It's super cool. Media, voice, radio, really easy to use. Same kind of like controls as you'd get anywhere else on the VW Audi group. Yeah, that's a little bit of a look inside. Nice feeling car actually. I certainly would recommend going for like leather seats. I think yeah, maybe just the cloth seats are a little bit not necessarily as great, but I'll tell you what, let's talk about it. Let's go through your comments and yeah, let's go through a little bit more about the car. So as this is a community channel, I asked you guys earlier on in the week just to yeah, any questions you had about the car. It's my sister's new car. Yeah, anything that I can help you out with, you know, I do. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you kind of want to get involved in that. So let's go straight through some of these questions then, shall we? Because yeah, they're really interesting and really good. So one person asks, what is the performance like, for example, getting up to motorway speed? How is the ride comfort? How much space in the boot for pram pushchair? Really good question, and exactly the type of person who would own this kind of car. Getting up to speed, I think it's fine. You do have to rev it out. That's the only thing. Let's just see how well it is getting up to 70. You've definitely got to rev it out and use the most of the car. I mean, you know what, that's good. That's really good. Whereas in a bigger engine car, you can be a bit lazier, I suppose. But it gets up to speed fine. I mean, you saw there, you know, I'll show clips of me getting up to speed, doing a bit of point of view. Absolutely fine. This is the base engine. It's about 125 brake horsepower. But to be honest, in this world, and actually there is one funny thing I want to show you about this car, because it's obviously a bigger car than normal. You know, it's a size up from say like a T-Roc or the Seat Arona that kind of sits below it. Now, one of the downsides of the bigger car is you do get more weight. So if you come in here and we open up the hood, see if I can do this with one hand because it's quite difficult. There we go, big heavy bonnet. Tiny little engine. It's just adorable. Look at that. Just a 1 litre 3-cylinder. Yeah, really easy to use. But for the size of the car, you'd expect it to have a bigger engine. But hey, saves weight. This is proper heavy, by the way. Really heavy. Yeah, the engine is quite funny when you lift up the bonnet. Yeah, I'll show you. It just looks tiny, basically. It looks really small. But listen, from the outside, you don't see that. So performance is fine. You can obviously go for the diesels. I'm not so sure. I'd personally stick with petrols if you can. You can actually get a 2 litre petrol, which is the same petrol powered car as you can get in my Golf R, which gives you 300 horsepower and obviously 4-wheel drive. Maybe a bit of an overkill, but at the same time, you know, I'd love that car. Yeah, so performance, no problems at all. In the 6-speed as well, I found it really easy to use. How is the ride comfort? Now, because this is the base model car, it doesn't have like the sophisticated suspension, like I believe it's called like a multi-link suspension, and this just sort of has the base one. Ride comfort, it's a little bit firmer than you'd probably expect, but because you get that slight firmness, you mean the body control is really good. I expected this car to roll all over the place. It really doesn't. And it's really great on that kind of side of things. So thumbs up on that side, particularly on road comfort. On the road, potholes all over the place, this car is fine. The leather seats help quite a lot too. How much space in the boot for pram pushchair? You just seen there, it's huge. I mean, you can get everything folded in there. Some people said to me, I saw a review just briefly, and someone said it was quite, the rear doors were quite small to get like a child seat in and stuff. I disagree. I think they're more than adequate enough for a normal person. And as well, you get sort of like a small like hump, so it's not completely flat. But for loading stuff, it doesn't make too much of a big deal, to be honest with you, because you can put some like soft bags or something below, and then you put something bigger on top. So space-wise, geez, I mean, I'm going to ask my sister to use this, to be honest. If I'm ever like sort of moving flat or something like that, yeah, definitely you could chuck, you almost use it like a van if you wanted to. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment there. So next comment was, why didn't she go for the bigger engine with why didn't she go for the bigger engine with all-wheel drive? Really good question as well. Bigger engine, all-wheel drive costs more, to be honest with you. This car was priced really well. Just as a reference, this is a 68 plate car with 33,000 miles. We got it from a main main Seat dealer, so you get 2 years warranty, really well looked after. You know, or full Seat service history, that kind of thing. We paid between £15,000 and £20,000 for this car. I think that's a really good price. You know, particularly in this day and age. You know, I'm filming this on the 20th of March, where there's all sorts of issues with supply and demand, and these cars are in demand. Front wheel drive, a little bit lighter as well than the all-wheel drive system, so you get a little bit better economy. I don't think it's that kind of car that needs it. You know, yeah, if you're going to be going off-road, you might need it. I think everywhere else you just leave it. It's not the end of the world. Of course, the bigger, powerful models are going to be great, but you're not going to get this kind of economy. So those are kind of the reasons for that. Bit of price, bit of economy, and yeah, those are kind of the way to go for. But I really like the look of the Ateca as well. I know that's all sort of personal preference, but compared to like the Tiguan, which can look a little bit dull, and even the Skoda, which is essentially the same car just with different badging, yeah, I'm super impressed. It just adds that little bit more. One of the next question, someone said, can we see a launch? Obviously, I do look at quite a lot of hot hatch stuff as well, so yeah, launching cars can actually be one of those things. But yeah, as you kind of saw a little bit on screen, it gets up to speed fine. It's not that kind of car, but yeah, great fun. And you know, thank you so much for the comments there. And yeah, subscribe if you want to kind of get involved in that kind of stuff, because I have got plenty more stuff coming up. Actually, I've actually been invited to an event by Hyundai, and obviously equivalent to that would be like the Tuscan. I'll also share stuff on stuff like the i20N, i30N, Kona N. So yeah, get involved with the channel and like the video, because it really does help me produce more content. If you have any further questions as well, drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to help you out as well. I'm always getting involved, always kind of look at the comments on my channel, help out my subscribers, help out my viewers. Wow, what a sunny day, what an amazing car. I think the horses like it. Do you like it? I do. It's a great car, great car.